I was lucky enough to have a roommate who invited me to Synergy at CSF one Thursday night, and for no reason at all, I said yes, and I went on winter retreat that weekend, and I was really exposed to a group of people who knew a God that I didn't know and had a relationship with him. And as a kid, I was always taught to believe in God, but I was never told that I could have a relationship with him. And it was amazing that the people at CSF were the ones who exposed me to that and pushed me towards that relationship. So I'm really grateful for that.
I literally smile on my face because CSF was just a reflection of the Father, truly a genuine reflection of the Father. I like to think of CSF as like heaven on earth for me. When I was in college, it was a safe place. It was a healing place, and it was a place full of love, true love that was paired with truth. I always received the truth at CSF, and now being a staff member at CSF, it's incredible because I just kind of get to pour back into the students what was given to me.
Well, that summer, I was visiting Lexington for a short period of time, and I became very sick, and I ended up being in an induced coma for 10 days. And when I woke up, I had my family around me, but who were the people who came and supported me were all these CSF friends that I had made. And I had girls come and paint my nails and do my hair, brush my hair for me, and color with me, but most of all, like, pray for me. And honestly, that's just the heartbeat and the epitome of CSF.
When I came to college, I saw CSF, I saw their parties and the pancakes. I'd heard about it, and I was like, man, this is really great. I can't wait to do it. So I just kind of kept coming, and I realized even if I'm not Christian, this will make me better. So I started going, and then things started happening to me that I couldn't deny anymore. So I just realized that Christ was alive, and it helped me transform myself into a better person. I stopped doing things that I shouldn't be doing, and then it really impacted my life greatly.
You know, I'm in Dallas, Texas right now, leading a small group to this day, and I never would have had that passion to even believe in myself to lead others. And so you're not only sowing into Kentucky and that campus, but you're sowing into the next generation of those that want to share the gospel. It doesn't stop at UK. It's going to spread throughout the nations, and so I really do believe that.
The first date that we went on, he talked about this trip that he was helping to plan to Ghana, West Africa. So on our first date, we actually went to a CSF meeting later that night and talked about Ghana, and I was on board, and we went, and that was really where we sort of fell in love and where I felt a call to missions. And it was a whole group of CSF people that were learning together what does missions look like, what does discipleship look like.
11 years later, here we are, and it's just been an amazing journey, and we can't thank CSF enough.
Really, a lot of my passion now of this great commission, making disciples to make disciples, I see that at work in CSF, and I see it not only at an organic level and passionate, it's just the passion of these guys, but also systematically. They've just done an awesome job of building a ministry that just builds up leaders, that gets everyone involved, everyone funneled down and connected in, and then they're just sending out people all over the city, the state, and wherever people may go from CSF that really love Jesus, that really know what it means to follow him.
So we have the M group together, and the students are so faithful. So I really want to be them. And then 2012, April 26th, I decided to be a follower of God, and I was baptized in CSF. My goal is not American dream, is I will focus more on heaven, to the relationship with God, because I know God loves me.
I grew up in a campus ministry, got to run around with college students my whole life, and saw firsthand just how important campus ministry is in our country and in our culture. My dad used to quote Martin Luther, who said, if we don't evangelize the universities of the world, they become the gates of hell, because of how much universities impact the direction of our country. So when I moved to Lexington and learned about CSF and got involved with CSF, I was so excited because I knew the impact that this kind of ministry would have on people for eternity. So I thank you for considering this ministry and what's happening there. I don't think you'll regret your investment in it. And I know what God is doing specifically right now with the acquisition of land and the possibility of building some facilities. is very needed. It doesn't take long when you're at CSF to see how they're using their facilities on a daily basis and what potentially could happen if they had a little bit more space. So from my heart to yours, thank you again for considering this incredible ministry.
I know there's so much good happening here that if this building was bigger and able to sustain all of that growth and all of that meeting and all of that fellowship and community, I couldn't imagine the growth that would happen.
It sucks that we just don't have the room to honestly have people fully in and worshiping at the same time and have certain areas, because it's getting so populated with people that are just seeking after God.
I think a new building would be great, just to have space for for staff members to work every day, people to come and gather, for everybody to be able to worship together, and just to have a bigger footprint on UK's campus, physically for people to come and worship together and just live in a community.
I've been down here on Thursday nights for Synergy and seen people way out the door, standing in the parking lot just trying to get in, because there's just not room for all these hundreds of students. So anyone who can support their work with the building and with other aspects of their ministry, I can assure you that's money very well spent.
But I think with more space, we almost have more opportunities for more stories. And I know in my time at CSF, I love the building and it's awesome having a place that we can literally go and spend time in, but it would be so amazing to have more rooms and more things to do to create more of these stories that we have.